Hi folks, I'm solving NEET top 150 questions and that's all you need for your coding interviews. So in this video, we'll be solving 90, which is subsets 2. We are given an integer array that may contain duplicates. So this was not there in the previous one. It is also mentioned that it should not contain any duplicate subsets. And we can return the solution in any order. How we solved this one previously was on every iteration, we have two decisions to make, either to include the first element or not to include the first element. So when we are here, if we include one, it will be this, or it will be empty subset. And we are going from left to right. So what will happen if we include another two is something like this could happen, where we can get multiple elements which are same. So how we can avoid this? Whenever, let's just say we are on this node, we can increment our I by 2. That way, we can avoid getting the duplicates. And one thing to note is, since this is a sorted array, but this may not be the case with all the test cases. So we have to sort it. The time complexity of this at every iteration, we have two choices. And let's just say we are making decision n times, and n is nothing but the length of this array. And how many times we are making that decision, which is n times. Time complexity for this would be O of n into 2 raised to the power n. And sorting is like O of n log n, which is insignificant here. So let's see how we can solve this. We can start with our result and we can have our current, which is nothing but subsets. And remember, we have to sort our array. So, and now we can define our helper function. And here we can use index. So for the base case, if our index is greater than the nums.len, then we will break and push the element. So let's do that. We'll push the copy of this subset, and now we can return. Now we have to populate the elements inside our current. So this is essentially decision 1. And now we can recursively call our helper function with I plus 1. This is our decision 2. We will remove the element, and now we have to increment our I such that all the duplicates are being handled. So let's do that. Numstat I plus 1. If this is true, we will increment our I. And now we will again call our helper function dfs with I plus 1. And now we can invoke dfs with 0. And now we can return our res. So let's see if this works. Yep, it does. Now let's submit it. Yep, it does work. Hope you found this helpful. If yes, you can consider subscribing to the channel. And thank you so much for watching.